I am Fiona Citkin, author of a new book, How They Made It in America. It features incredible immigrant women who left their home countries to come and pursue their incredible dreams in the United States. The readers get inspired learning about their journeys as well as the incredible, fascinating strategies of how to make it in America. As for me, I am originally a professional educator. From Ukraine, I came to the United States as a Fulbright scholar, studying languages and cultures at Kent State University, Ohio. I carry 2 doctorates and speak 3 languages, and I did write several books, among them an award-winning Transformational Diversity. In fact, I reinvented myself so many times that I could be given an Oscar for that. See for yourself. In Ukraine, I was a full professor and a chair at the university. In America, I was working for Berlitz as director and for FGI as regional director until learning enough and accumulating enough expertise to start my own business, a global intercultural consulting, Expertms Inc. So I consulted with the global companies such as DuPont, UBS Investment Bank, Colgate-Palmolive, Estée Lauder, to name a few. It was because of my expertise and credentials that Arianna Huffington invited me to blog on the Huffington Post. And I covered immigration and women, the hot topics I care a lot about. And this, in turn, led to interviewing many fascinating immigrant women, which led me to writing a new book. Writing this new book included interviewing close to 100 immigrant women and selecting 18 for profiling in the book, How They Made It in America. The goal of the book was to make it easier for women and for all other success seekers in America, for that matter, to break the barriers, the limitations, and the stereotypes. The book has 3 parts. The first one is success stories of 18 immigrant women who made it in America, followed by the exploration of their common denominators, including the values that drove them to success and action. The last part is advice about how you too could make it in America, but with your own direction, stride, and pace. Now let me introduce you to 2 of the immigrant women who participated in the book, Josie Natori and Alfa Demmellash. Josie Natori is a famous American fashion designer practicing East-West mix in her global brand Natori. She is CEO and founder of the global Natori Company and the brand. She received many distinctions. Among them, she was commissioner of the White House Conference on Small Business. She received the highest civil award in the Philippines. What I liked the most about Josie was that she is never ever whining about being discriminated as a woman. She just believes that she is equal to anybody by definition. And the world buys it along with her beautiful Natori products. Isn't it great? Here we also have Alfa Demmellash. Alfa, originally from Ethiopia, came to this country at 12 years of age, and she is now a CEO and co-founder of a nonprofit Rising Tide Capital, What I love about Alfa is how she makes it in her company to finance and coach for success the underserved populations. Now I have 3 questions to ask you, Josie and Alfa. The first question is, why do you think this book is important today?
Thank you for writing the book, because I think it's absolutely important for those of us who have gone ahead and who have led or have created something from scratch in a country like this one, to be able to share our stories and show how someone else could also navigate their own paths to success. And so
Yes.
we think that sharing these stories, or I think that sharing more of these stories with immigrants and women and really even men, is very powerful and important.
Thank you so much. To you now, Josie?
Well, certainly immigration is a very hot topic today, and I think this book is just so timely. This just shows how this 18 women that you have featured really have become really shining examples of people who came
Yes.
here, made something of themselves, and become important citizens of this country, and
Right.
really a great role model and inspiration to
The others.
the others who want to come here, who
Right.
are coming in. So I think it's a fabulous
Thank you.
book.
Thank you so much. I also believe, I totally agree with you ladies, that describing the contributions of the immigrant women to America's well-being and
Yes.
culture is not only mitigating intolerances, but also facilitating and promoting the unity of our nation. One nation under God, however you look at it, right? My second question is, what are the top strategies and tactics that helped you to start your own business? Josie, please.
I can start. Well, when I started the business 41 years ago, coming from Wall Street, I went into an industry I knew nothing about. So in some ways, I learned on the job. But I would say this chief thing that really made a difference was that my point of differentiation I used became the biggest asset. And the number one is being a woman, and then being an Asian. And so creating a business that created products for women that had an East-West aesthetic. So that really became our distinguishing trademark. So I would say that strategy has worked, and that has made us last for the last almost 42
Wow.
years.
Wow. So your products really appeal to people worldwide.
Yes, I think it's just to women in general, but who happen to appreciate our aesthetic.
Right.
And they're about feel good. So I think that strategy of creating products for women that make
Yes.
women feel good with our aesthetic.
Right.
Thank God, in a very
Thank
tough
God.
business
So far,
has
so
worked.
good.
Yeah, still
Yes.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. To you now, Alfa, please.
Sure. So for me, the opportunity that I saw was based on a need that I observed was not met. It was not being met. My mother was an entrepreneur, but she never identified herself as an entrepreneur. And she was starting out from a place where she didn't have too many resources at all. And I think at the same time, having seen her build her business, I saw that there is a tremendous opportunity for more women and for those who are traditionally marginalized to get involved in business. So my decision was to actually identify the social problem, and in my perspective, this was best met by a nonprofit, and so I went the philanthropic route as opposed to the marketplace route.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. I do love how much you adore your mom and how much you follow her in starting your business and creating something for those underserved.
Thank you.
My question number 3 is, what is the most vital piece of advice that you could provide to those seeking success in the U.S.? Alfa, please.
Well, I would say number one is have confidence. It requires a lot of boldness to pursue a business or entrepreneurial route. You don't have to know everything. Sometimes you don't even have to know anything, but you have to be able to be bold enough to ask the questions you need to ask. And the second piece of advice is that you have to make friends. It's about social capital. Business is all about relationships. And while we think that it may be about needing money to start a business, it's really so much more about making sure that you're creating quality relationships that enable you to access the capital, to access wisdom, information. And that's really what's going to help you succeed over the long haul in business.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Alfa. Now to you, Josie, please.
I think number one for any entrepreneur, not just even in this country, I feel it's very important that you have a reason for being, that there has to be a point of differentiation in terms of what your business is that makes it why, whether it's a product or it's a service. But that's number one, for sustaining.
The top one.
But equally as important to me, I think that you have to love it. You have to love what you do. You have to have that passion, because it's to me that's really, really important. And having your own business is you get it's 24/7. And I think that you have to be willing to take risks, make mistakes. It's okay, but you have to love it. And then lastly, there has to be a vision. You have to have a vision. You got to be tenacious, and you have to have a vision where you're going. And so I think just all those three if they can all be right, and you love it, then. Hopefully I still love it, and so here I am, 42 years later, still here.
Thank you so much. I think both your success stories and Alfa's are most inspiring, not only for the immigrant women, but for everyone who is seeking success in the U.S.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for participating in the book. If you want to buy and give this book to somebody you love, please go to your favorite Barnes & Noble store, or to Amazon, or to my own website, FionaCitkin.com, that is http FionaCitkin.com, and click on bookstore page, and then, voila, you will get my book with the autograph. Thank you very much for watching, for listening, and for your kind attention.